Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube account. This video is based upon balancing equations and it's mainly for my students in year 10. However, some students in year 9 can also watch this, but it's more for the year 10 students. So what is balancing an equation? Balancing an equation just means that the reactants on the left-hand side have to equal the number on the right-hand side. And this pretty much just follows the law of conservation of mass, where this number, the number of atoms here on this side, need to equal the number on this side. So what I'm going to do is begin by starting up with the first equation. And the first thing you do in balancing chemical equations is you need to probably put a line where the arrow is, and that's the easiest way to do it in using my technique. And you just need to start counting the atoms on both sides. So these are the reactants coming together, and these are the products, the end result of the chemical reaction. You don't need to put this part here in the exams or any other questions, but it's just important to know what they are in this video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count the elements. So I've got hydrogen on this side and chlorine on this side. And on this side you have to have the exact same elements. But the difference is they form the compound on this side here, or a new compound. So let me count how many hydrogens there are. So on this side there are 2. There are chlorines, there are also 2. I just count the number on the side here. And on this side here there is no number, so that is 1. So there's 1 hydrogen, which is there, and there's also 1 chlorine. Counting these, there's 2 on this side, 1 on this side. Well, they just don't make sense. Something doesn't add up, because you can't have 2 on this side and 1 on this side. In other words, where did the other atoms go? Well, they didn't go anywhere. We just need to balance the chemical equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing with this, and I'm going to put numbers on the top part of the atoms. And the problem here is on this side. It's clearly on this side. Because you have more numbers on the reactant side, we have to increase the number of the products, or whatever atoms are on this side. So let's start here by let's put a number 2 in front. You have to put a number in front of the atom and not on the side. And let's see what happens. So now I've got 2 lots of H, which goes to 2, and then 2 lots of Cl, which goes to 2. Therefore, this equation is now balanced because the reactants on the left-hand side equal the products on the right-hand side. That is the first question. Okay, so now I've gone to question number 3, which is probably a medium difficulty question. And what I'm going to do is do the exact same thing I did before, but this one here is going to be slightly more difficult. And what I want now is a pencil on the side here, because there may be some times where I need to rub things out due to the process of trial and error. So the first thing I do as always is draw a line where the arrow is. The second thing I do is I count the atoms and see if they add up to each other. So I have Cl here, got aluminium, and on this side I also have Cl and aluminium, or chlorine and aluminium. And now I'm going to add these up. So this is 2 aluminium, there's 1 there, there's 1 lot of aluminium, and then 3 lots of chlorine. So now this one here, it's closer to how it was before, where the only problem we have is there's 1 extra chlorine, but that doesn't follow the law of conservation of mass. We need the same numbers on both sides. With any chemical reaction, we just have to, the mass has to just be transferred to another molecule. So what I'm going to do is, I've noticed the problem in chlorine. There's no problem on this side, okay? So I need to go to the chlorine atom. So because there's more on the right-hand side, I need to fix this number here. So I need to put a number. Let's just see what happens. Let me just try putting the number 2 there. And then this is why I need my pencil. So if I put a 2 there, what happens now is this goes to 2 lots of chlorine. I've got 4 now. This doesn't make sense because I've got more on this side than I do on that side. So what I need to do now is go back to the where the chlorine is on this side, and I need to put a number here. So the next number I need to put is 2. That's the first number I'm going to try. I won't try anything more because I just want to do it bit by bit. So put the number 2 there, and that gives you 2 lots of 2 times 6 is 6. However, there's a little problem there. I now have 2 lots of aluminium. Okay? I need to go back to this side now. There are problems on both. So what I'll do is I'll fix the first hand, the aluminium first, because this is the smaller number. And let's put a number there that's going to make this a 2. If I put a 2 here, I now have 2 lots of aluminium. That is now balanced. However, the problem now, so that's balanced. I need to fix this number. Let's go here. If I put now this is where I rub it out. Put a different number. The next number I would put is 3. I now have 3 lots of 2, which is 6, and 6 there, 6 there, 2 there, 2 there, and this equation is now balanced. What you'll notice is that 3 lots of Cl2 plus 2 lots of Al, aluminium, will give you 2 lots of aluminium chloride. And this is what it means. And that is a medium difficulty balancing equation question.